Hey there. I'm just setting up. That's not good. Hey there. There's two of you guys here. Here's how many I've done. And I have a lot more to do. Love the way you think. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, yeah, I'll just explain what I'm doing real quick. So, here we have a 3D printed jig. And by jig, I just mean something that this connector goes into. And then what I can do is then I can place this screen on here. And it goes through these holes. And this holds it in place so that when I solder all the joints, I don't have to worry about aligning this with like a breadboard or something. So, and then I pretty much just go down the line, solder them all together. Like to say I'm pretty quick at this because I've done a few. But there's 8 per pin. The reason there's 8 is because this is SPI communication. I have no idea what SPI stands for, so don't ask me, but so as you can see, I did 8 pins there. Then to test it, what I do is I plug it into one of these boards that I have. This is what the device will actually be using. And then press reset. Boom. So this screen works. What I can do is then take it off. And then I can throw it over here in my box of completed screens. And then I'll do another. So it's pretty much what I'll be doing for the stream. It's my first live stream, so looks like it's going well. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer anything, really. But yeah, I have 2 jigs because I used to have my girlfriend do one of them, and then I do the other. And she's at home right now for the weekend. But this is what I'm doing. I plan to ship maybe like 100 of these by this weekend, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. So the reason I'm actually, like, you might think like, why don't these screens, why do I have to do this? Like, why don't they just come like this? Let me finish this and I'll explain it. So I'm holding my breath, so I don't think I'm inhaling any of this. Definitely am. I have a fan going though, so hopefully I don't suffocate. Okay, so why do I solder all these instead of just get them? Here, I'll show you what they come like actually, because it's kind of interesting. So here's what I ordered. This is, let's say, another 60 screens or so. They come like this, and as you can see, oh wow, this is like, oh no, it's not. Okay, they all come with these 8-pin, and this 8 pins is called DuPont. You can see it's like that looking. Here, here's what it looks like outside the package. These are pretty familiar. You'll see these on like any dev board really. But the reason I have to solder all of them is because to afford the company that I buy these screens from to actually solder the boards, I had to order, I think, like 1,000 screens. And 1,000 screens is probably $20,000. And my budget was about not that. So that's why I didn't order them. And I didn't want DuPont connectors because they're not that strong. So that's why I'm going for these. As you can see, this is the JST. It's a lot stronger there. It'll be good. You can throw the device against the wall and it'll probably stay together. Okay, let's read the comments. What am I doing? I think I answered that recently, so. But I'm just soldering these connectors onto the screen. Nice, I just picked up 6 more 64 by 32 and 132 by 64 screens. My pan area network uses 2 on an I2C. I did have trouble soldering the address switch. Yeah, so the address switch, does this have one? I don't think so, but the address switch can definitely be hard to solder. It'll look something like one of these little resistors maybe on here, but what you have to do is solder those. But yeah, totally understandable. Those are definitely really hard to solder. What am I making? So I'm making a product called, let's see if it shows up, Love Letter. This product is a personal desktop display. I actually have one right here. So this is a fully constructed one of them. It looks like a little mailbox and it has this red flag that comes off of it. And once we plug this in, you can see that the flag will start moving. What it does is it connects to Wi-Fi and allows you to send like messages to people, and specifically like little images that you can send. So yep, that means it's connected to Wi-Fi and it receives some sort of image. I'm not really sure what I sent as the image, so hopefully, yeah, and it has this little animation. It's kind of hard to see on the screen because there's some glare, or it's because of these lights actually. But on the inside, yep, so it's a good image. But yeah, that's a picture of the packaging it comes in. But typically you'd send pictures of like, oh, I can't wait to see you again, or some sort of, I don't know, just picture of you two together. But yeah, I made it for couples, but it seems like a lot of, based on the people I surveyed who bought it, seems like a lot of people that actually live together and aren't doing long distance are buying it and putting one at the office and one close. But yeah, so you can also look through message history. And the way we do that is by moving this flag. So that'll move up. You can see that's the last message I sent. And And what's happening? Let me try this again. Oh, I see what's happening. So I just started this. This is a brand new device and doesn't have any history on it. So I'd have to send another image to it for it to initialize the history. Yeah, I have another one. This is my dev one that should have some history on it so I can show you. But yeah, so that's just the calibration phase. And then it's going to connect to Wi-Fi. Okay, this one, I deleted something on the database. But the way you do this is you scan this one with the app, and then you'll be able to see on the app that you added this device to your project. And then from there, you can message a device or send other people the linking address, I call it, but it's really just a unique address for each device. And then there's like a request feature, and then you can join each other's devices and send each other images. Yeah, let's see some of the messages. Okay, what are you making? Nice. I'd like to learn what you're doing in the future. Yeah, this is my current project right now, but I really want to do some other projects in the future. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I think probably next month I'm gonna be doing some, like, I guess more stupid projects, because I've been pretty serious with this and I want to just do some more ones for fun. And the way I'm gonna do that is, I'll show you. A sponsor actually sent me these. Yeah, the sponsor sent me these things. These are called LoRa modules. I kind of like how these cases are, but it's kind of cool, the PCB. It looks like a little bird. But what these are is it's long-range radio communication. I'm not going to spoil what I'm going to do with them, but I'm actually going to upload a long-format video. I haven't done that in about a year. But yeah, it'll be cool for that. Oh, you're the guy with the mailbox system? Mailbox messaging system? Yep. Yeah, I see your video 2 weeks ago on how that works. Well, I'm glad you're getting my videos. Yeah, the mesh network. I have a friend that's actually really into mesh networks, and he has set up a lot of systems in Boston, Massachusetts. So, I guess if you go to Boston, Massachusetts, you might use one of his mesh networks if you're into mesh networks. I don't know much about them, though. Well done. Thank you. And that screen works. How are you marketing it, and where are you selling it, and other than your website? This would be great sell to families with sick members in the hospital or soldiers. Yes, so right now, my crowdfunding campaign, which was done in October, and I had the sales that have been giving me money to make these were from that, or I guess the money from the sales, yeah, something like that. But those, I didn't really market for that. I posted videos on Instagram and everything, and then I bought an article mailing list publishing, and all of that got me, I'd say around, it was 50 orders, but 2 people canceled, so 48 orders. And yeah, since then, I recently started a Shopify store, but I haven't been marketing that either, and I haven't announced it, because I don't want to announce it until I get the people that originally bought this product from the Kickstarter and get them the product so that they can see how it is, give me feedback, and then maybe I can get some testimonials, because if I get pictures of people saying how much they love the product and I hear a little bit of their story, it'll be really good for the store online, I believe, because it'll give people more trust in the product and show that it actually exists. Because it's hard to build trust for a product that you have to make by hand and it'll take a few days to deliver, because with the Amazon and everything nowadays, everyone wants everything instantly. So you have to ensure people that your product's worth the wait. I might do Facebook advertising, but I really want this to be word of mouth. And if a product is good enough, it should be able to spread by word of mouth pretty well. I say I'm not going to dump into marketing, but I'll definitely do some sort of marketing. And then the comment on the soldiers, that's a good point. I've heard that a lot before, actually, with actually supplying this to soldiers, because I actually have a roommate that was stationed in, where was he stationed? I can't remember exactly. It starts with a Q and it's in the Middle East, I think. But he was there for a while, and he said this product would do well over there, just because of how it's kind of hard to stay connected with loved ones at home. Let's see this one. Yep. So about 1 in 50 of these doesn't work, and I don't think that's the manufacturer. I think I was kind of rough with them when transporting them from my dorm to here, because it's like an actual crack down the middle of the screen. It's not, you can only see it when you turn it on. Okay, we got 2 more loaded up. Boop. And boop. So anyone that's new, I'm just soldering some screens for my device. And what I'm doing is these connectors that I'm soldering onto the screen enable me to actually connect it to my PCB and then use it to display messages from my device. So, hope you guys like the video. Sorry I haven't posted anything really. It's been a lot trying to get these done along with schoolwork. I remember seeing that as a kid. I'd see people, my YouTube people that I used to watch, and they'd be like, oh, I'm in school, so I'm not gonna post much. I'm like, how consuming could university really be? But once you're in it, it's definitely a lot more than you think. But this semester should be easy. It's my last semester, actually. So, I graduate this year. That one wasn't that good. I missed one of them. Actually, I didn't miss it, but... No, I think that's good. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah, so you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask me. Pretty much just talking and doing these, or if you want to, just hang out and watch me do some soldering. Oh my gosh, it's the wrong way. Is this one plugged in? Yeah, let me see. That one might not be working. Let's try this one. Huh. Okay, I don't think 2 back-to-back aren't working. Interesting. Let's save. Oh, I see this one's missing a connection. You know what? I'm just gonna do all of them again. That one looks good. This definitely isn't as bad as having to solder the PCBs like I did before. Okay, if this works, it was the solder joints. If it doesn't work, I think it's the board, because I don't think 2 back-to-back didn't work. Let's see. Oh, so it was the solder joints. That's why it's good to check these. Okay, so I guess this one is probably the solder joints too. Once we come across a broken one, it looks pretty gnarly, because it's like all the crystals are like melting. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm not focusing. You guys are distracting me. This one's definitely gonna work. This one's too good not to work. Yeah. So there's these little buttons on here. I never went over them in many of my videos, but it's kind of hard to focus. You know what? I'll take this off. Maybe you can show you. So these buttons right here. Oh my god. This was holy shit. Sorry for swearing. I just burned a hole through this. Good thing it can be replaced. Okay, let's like not keep that over there. There we go. What was I explaining? Something with this. I think it was the buttons. So here, if we compare this to a normal one of these guys, you can see these are like, they look very similar. It's because they are very similar. They're both ESP32. This one just comes with like 4 times more memory. So if you guys know the, what's it? The Intel chips, like the Intel, I actually don't know anything about the brand of the Intel, but they have like the i7, i8, i9 maybe. But those Intel chips are based off of like how good they are manufactured, because they're all the same chip, but every chip has defects in it. So the ones with more defects are like the i5, and the ones with 0 defects are the top one, like the i9 or something. So I think that's a very similar process to this. I say think, but I'm like 99% sure. And this one's just bigger because it has a additional storage on the end. But this is a better version of this. So this is about $3, this like entire silver piece. And it has these buttons like I was talking about. Those are the exact same buttons. Like, I guess the exact same buttons because they're the same type. But they have the same functionality. As you can see, it's like boot. And it doesn't actually say it on here, but mine does, so maybe it's better. But it has boot and reset on here. And that's how I actually program this, is through this. Because if you look here, you know what? I just full of knowledge today. This chip, it's really hard to show on screen. This chip is how you convert this stuff, like data coming from a USB port, this one, into actual readable data on this chip right here. So I bypass that by using these header pins. So I also don't have to pay for that chip. That chip may be 20 cents, but 20 cents times 120 is like $2,000. So no, it's not $2,000, but yeah, it kind of sucks if you had to add that 20-cent chip. Hopefully, you know what? I think I can remove these by the next batch and then just have like contact pads, and that'll save me like maybe a cent on each board. It's really getting into like that. Doesn't really matter. Well, I guess a cent does matter, but not in my case at this moment. Where they have a reliable product. I can just keep talking to myself because I do that pretty good. But if you guys just want me to shut up, let me know. Let me think of something I can talk about. So today, I got a letter from my university that said, You are in violation of something, 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 and immediate action needs to be taken. So, I was a hooligan freshman year. I had gotten a lot of those letters. Mostly because of just like doing crazy stuff. But I didn't get one. I've been more well behaved. I've been academical. I've been a good noodle, as they say. I don't think anyone says that, but I say that. So I haven't gotten one recently. And I was like, what the heck? And I live with 3 other people, and one of our roommates, you know what? That's kind of spoils the story. I'll just wait a little bit. So the letter we got, it has no information about what the violation in our room possibly was. And I'm thinking to myself, it can't be that bad because we didn't have any reason in the letter, because we all got it, all the roommates got it. And thinking to myself, it's definitely not that bad. And then one of my roommates emails the housing whatever thing, and they say, there's security cameras in your room. Or like they say there's cameras in your room. And we're like, what? We have no idea. Like, we would never put cameras in our room. And we're like, why did one of us put cameras in the room? We're all like, no. And we go out into like our common area, and there is these base stations for whatchamacallit, VR, mounted on the wall. And it's literally just like a black box with like a red blinking light in it. I think it's LiDAR, I'm not really sure, but it tracks the position of a player in a VR game. And they said that they thought those were security cameras that we're using to monitor each other. And we're like, bro, like, so now we have to go to a meeting to explain to them it's not security cameras and they're base stations for a VR thing. I don't know if I'll go. It kind of just seems like a waste of time. But one of us has to go, or they're actually going to assume they're security cameras. So maybe I will have to go. But I thought that was kind of funny. I should take this off. Let me think. I got another story, maybe. Well, I had this crazy snow day. I guess most of the country had the crazy snow day, where I got 26 inches of snow where I live. School was canceled for 2 days, which is great. But what happened is the snowplow at my house, come on, I'm getting worse and worse at these. The snowplow at my house pushed all the snow directly up against my car. And I wish I could show you the picture because it's on my phone. But instead of having to dig out 26 inches of snow, I had to dig out like 5 feet of snow because there was this huge pile of snow directly in front of my car that I couldn't get, like, and I had to remove it in like a few days because the next day it was gonna like go to -3 degrees. And a snowbank, when it freezes, is like turns into a giant rock. So then you can't even dig the snow out. So I was outside shoveling for maybe 3 hours trying to remove the snowbank from behind my car. And it was just a total pain. But I did end up doing it. And my car is now free. But I thought that was kind of funny. Honestly, it was funny the whole time. There was no point where I was like, damn. Like, I was like, damn, that sucks when I had to shovel it. But as I started, I was like, oh, it's chilling. Because I've done a lot of shoveling in my life. Like this summer, when I was working on this, whenever I wasn't working on this, I was landscaping. And it was cool because I wasn't like working for a company. We were kind of just working for this rich couple that actually they didn't own an island, but they owned a portion of an island. So what we do is me and my friend, actually I'll start at the very beginning because we got time. It's really interesting. So me and my friend, we did this freshman year. What we'd do is go around the neighborhood, knock on doors, and be like, yo, can we do some yard work for you? And we pulled the like, oh, we're college students, we need money, so give us yard work, and we can do labor for you. And it's a pretty sweet deal, because you're kind of like, you're employing yourself, and you make a ton of money, because you're literally just, we charge whatever we want. So we charged $100 an hour, which is like, thinking back on it, like, that's a lot. But what can I say? We were like the best landscapers around. We had the best customer service, and we would do anything and figure out anything. We did like electrical, mailbox installation, basketball hoop installation. Like some guy, you'd have to call 3 different people. And the thing is, we'd look up like, they'd say, oh, can you do this? And we'd be like, oh yeah. Then we watch like a YouTube video, and then we'd do it perfectly. And so yes. Okay, back to the story. How did I get on the island? Here, I'll answer your question real quick. In New York, they park on the opposite side of the road if they know which way the snowplow comes from. That's pretty smart. Unfortunately, I do not live on like, well, I guess fortunately, because I don't have to hear the traffic, but I live kind of on this like go down dirt road, and it's kind of in the middle of the woods is my house. And they push the entire like snow up against my car. That's how I couldn't get out. I really didn't have any other option to park anywhere unless I like dug out a space and then parked there. Then I could do that. Okay, back to the story of how we ended up on the island. So, me and my friend, we go and knock on this door. And we always go to the rich neighborhoods. Because if you go to the rich neighborhoods, they have bigger yards, and they're probably going to pay you more. So it's a win-win. You get more work, and you get more yard. I mean, more, what am I saying? More work, more yard. More work and more money. And they understand the hustle, because rich people are usually like business owners or entrepreneurs. And this is how they usually started, is doing some sort of side hustle like this. So what happens is I ask them, yo, can we weed the front of your house? Because they had this big garden beds at the front of their house that they need weeding. So what we do is they give us the job, and we do some weeding for them. And we charge them like, you guys interested about money? I don't even know if I want to talk about money. I love money. Who doesn't? But I'll just give the numbers because it's fun. So they gave us around $300 to $400 because we weeded their house for, I'd say like 4 hours. And then these guys, sorry, this is a hard one. So the wife comes up to us. It's a husband and wife and 2 kids. Oh my gosh, this story gets so good. Okay. So the husband and wife and 2 kids, the wife comes up to us and says, hey, are you guys willing to come out to our island house and help us do landscaping there? And this could have like definitely been like Epstein Island type stuff or like a kidnapping. But something was, she just felt like a good person. So we're like, oh, yeah, sure, we'll go out there. And what I do is I tell my girlfriend, I'm like, yo, I'm going out to this island. Do you want to come? And they're like, we don't even know what you're talking about. Like, you've met this person once and they invite you to their island. So I'm like, yeah, it'll be sick. This person's really, really nice, because we talked to them for maybe half an hour. So we got the job, and this means now that we got the job at, I don't remember what the day was, it doesn't really matter. We had to wake up at 6 a.m. and drive about an hour and a half to the dock, because there's this ferry that takes you there. And they paid, here's another crazy thing, is they paid for all our tickets to go on this ferry to go to the private island. I guess it is a private island, but they don't own the whole island, but they own a significant portion of it. So they bought us ferry tickets there. And they also bought our girlfriends, because me and my friend both have girlfriends. They bought our girlfriends tickets there too. And they only bought us one-way tickets. We realized that once we got there, like once we got to the station ferry thing, because they ordered them online for us. And we're like, bro, we might actually die. We're like, let's just do it for the plot. So we actually end up going on this ferry, and we're chilling on it. And it's a okay ferry, and it's an hour and a half to get to this island. And then when we're on our way to the island, it's just like in the middle of the ocean. Like you go out and you can't see any land around you. That's how far out it is. And then we start seeing islands again. There's also a bunch of seals on the way there, and I love seals. Seals are awesome. So that was interesting to see them. And we eventually pull up to the dock. And once we're at the dock, what we do is we see the husband waiting there, because he was already there. And I'm just saying, I thought they gave us the impression we were doing landscaping there, which we are. But when you think you're doing landscaping there, you'd be like, oh, okay, like it's probably a completed house or something. But I'll talk about that. Also, they said there's a hotel on the island that has maybe a few rooms. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll get you a hotel. We pull up to the property. Actually, first of all of the people there use electric golf carts. There's no cars on the island. I think there was like a Jeep and a snowplow. Or no, like one of those side-by-sides that had a snowplow attachment. But I can't imagine anyone living there in the winter. And the population of the island, I think, is 100 people during the summer. And then they said 2 people during the winter. So everyone has electric golf carts. The one we have has this trailer on it. And we somehow all managed to fit on the electric golf cart with a husband and get back to the property. And once we pull up to the property, it's like, you know how I thought we were like, there's a house there and we were doing landscaping at a house? This is not a house. It's a construction site. There's walls on that house, but if you go inside, it's just all like exposed insulation and all this like crazy stuff where there's not actual, it's just, there's no plumbing. None of the doors have doorknobs. At least there's doors. There's no hot water, no electricity. And we get there, and then she tells us the hotel's full. And I'm like, bro, of course the hotel's full. So we either have the option to stay there. Oh, and they're paying us $400 a night to work at this island for them. So what they do is they say, well, you can stay here, or we can pay you, I mean, not pay you, but, or we can ship you back home, and then you come back out. And we were like, you know what? And, like, we wanted that extra $400 for the next morning. Which would be $800, plus we were charging for our girlfriends. They were painting the interior. They somehow got looped into this. So it was about $1,500 a day for all of us, I think. and it's pretty sick. So we're staying at this construction site, and we're doing landscaping for them. And we pretty much put in an entirely new lawn for them because they didn't have a lawn before. And that doesn't really sound that bad, but we had to tractor like miles, maybe not miles, a mile. Maybe an acre. I don't think mile is the correct term because it's in land coverage. An acre square. So let's say like 2 acres of field. Maybe not field. It was like this curving driveway. And we had to seed it and spread topsoil and put burlap all over it. So that's what we're doing. It's in the middle of summer, so it's like a bazillion degrees outside. And yeah, so we did that. It was pretty fun. And they didn't murder us and kidnap us. So we went home after the second day. And what did we do while we were there? There's like no food on the island, so we had to bring all our own food. Well, they had like restaurants, but it's like, I think a lobster roll was like, no joke, I think the lobster roll was like $50. I don't know if it's because there's a bunch of rich people, but there are a bunch of rich people there, definitely, because like the entire harbor is yachts and then like fishing boats. So maybe yachts and fishing boats is like the way to go. So then what we end up doing is we go back home. Everyone has happy. It's a really good experience because we got to go out to this island and we got to go swimming in the ocean there. The ocean was actually warmer there than it was at the coast, which I found really interesting. It was pretty unexpected. So we go home, blah, blah, blah. They give us the money. Good. I get a call later, probably a week later, and they're like, yo, can you pull up again? And we're like, sure. So I checked they want us to come for 4 days. I checked the weather forecast for those 4 days. And it's going to be like raining for the first 2. And we tell them that, and they're like, yeah. We'll have you do indoor stuff. So we go again, but this time it's just me and my friend. And the whole same process, electric golf carts all around the island. But it gets even better this time. Oh my gosh, what did I just do? Okay, I just melted like the screen protector. So yeah, same process, electric golf carts on the island. Blah, blah, blah. We get there, it starts pouring, raining, and thunder and lightninging. So we aren't working outside. We end up painting like the entire roof. So like the house is shaped like this. It's like one of those huge A-frame houses. And we have to paint the A-frame part. So it's kind of like weird painting. You're painting on an angle on a ceiling. Boom. Come on. So when we're painting there, it's kind of just difficult painting to do. And then it stops raining the next day. And I'm telling you, this one was much harder. Like, we had to do a lot more physical labor. We're probably doing like 10-hour days of putting more grass seed down and moving rocks and plowing the road with this tractor. And it was so tiring. And by like the 5th day, all I wanted, because I've been showering in the ocean. I guess, is that a shower? Whatever. But I've been bathing in the ocean because there's no plumbing. But they actually got electricity this time, so they had like an outlet and a refrigerator. And I was working my research job at my university there, so they bought Skylink for me, so I could do the meetings. They're a sick family. They are so cool, by the way. Like, I have only respect for them. And yeah, so we're doing all this stuff. And it's just so tiring because we weren't eating like... I think I'm just being dramatic. But all I wanted was a hot shower. And they didn't have that. And I was sad about it. And also, for some reason, all there was at night to do was like go and walk around because it's an island. There's nothing to do on it. So we'd walk around the island and like smoke. And that's pretty much it. But one night, actually, what am I talking about? That's pretty much it. We'd like go swimming for like... We're idiots. We'd go swimming for like a mile after we just did all this hard work and then wake up in the morning and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, bro. Like, we just swam like a mile or two at night after we did all this work. And then we did it again. You know what? It was all fun. So I don't regret it. But one night, we're like, oh, do you think we could walk around the entire island? And we're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So the island's set up where it's like this little coastal cove area, like this. It's like a big horseshoe. It looks like the letter H. So like that. And we're on this side of the horseshoe, the dock's over there, so we have to go across this like big curvy part. So there's like a whole other part of the island that's separated from this curvy part because it gets thin. So what we do is we walk over the curvy part and we get into like the main town area. Main town, I mean like maybe 50 people live over there. And then the rest people live over here, which is less. But we walk over and we end up going like all the way up this like H part. And it's just like woods, but there's trails there because people, I guess, walk the trails. And we end up finding these old bunkers that are in the ground. And I look up like why there are bunkers on this island. And it turns out the World War II, this used to be like a fort island thing. What do we call it? Military base. So there's all these bunkers on this island that haven't really been touched. So we get into one of them, and it's completely flooded, because, like, what do you expect? A cement box in the ground? Of course it's going to be flooded. It's not like there's a drain in the bottom. Maybe there is, but whatever. The whole thing's flooded. But there's, like, actually, like, cool shit in it. Sorry. Cool stuff in the bottom of the bunker. And it's like looking through a history museum, if you guys like World War II stuff. So maybe you guys should go out to the island. And we find some more bunkers, but a lot of them are like locked or they have like cement castings on them. But I'm telling you, it was so beautiful out there because we're so far out in the ocean. There's no light pollution from like houses and streetlights and whatever. So the stars are so beautiful. I guess it's like if you've ever gone camping, but I've never gone camping, so I can't really... Honestly, this trip was like camping. I was living in a... I'm literally so dramatic and spoiled. But... 1 second. I'm locking in. By the way, I'm doing this in my basement. That's where my lab is. I give you guys a lab tour if you want. Just say it in chat. But I'll finish my story first. So yeah, we come back from the bunkers, and the stars are so clear. The next night, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of these clear stars. So then I learned how to navigate by stars. I had this really cool project idea where I use like a computer vision model to give me GPS coordinates of where I am based off the stars in the sky. But when I went back home, the stars just weren't the same, and I don't think the vision could pick up on it. But that'd be such a cool project where it's like a computer vision star tracker that tells you where your location is. The thing is, you could do that with... There's apps that tell you where the stars are. It's just not as cool. So yeah, that was that night. And then what did we do the other nights? We went swimming a lot because it's on the beach. Also, this island, you could probably figure out what island it is. I'm not going to tell you, but you could probably figure out what island it is based off of this hint. There's a huge oyster farm on it. And oysters are like those little gray things that people eat raw at restaurants that are gross. And they're like known for their amazing oysters there. I don't know what's so amazing about them, but if you live on the East Coast or New York, if you ever go to New York, there's like a 90% chance the oysters came from that island because they produce so many and they're so high quality that I guess New York wants the high quality oysters and there's a lot of them. So yeah, it's the Oyster Island. And you can tell because when you go to the beach, there's oysters everywhere. Maybe that'd be pretty cool because then you could find pearls. Because I think, are pearls and oysters or clams? I don't know the answer to that one. But yeah, there's a lot of oysters there. And they're all over the shore. So maybe you could go there and look for pearls in the oysters. I missed a connection on this one. Yeah, but it was a really cool experience because we did so much stuff. Oh my gosh, the golf cart story. Okay, so we're on the island and we're moving like these really heavy bags. I don't want to blame someone else for this, but like it wasn't our fault. These really heavy bags, and like I said, the electric golf cart has this trailer on it. So what happens is we load up the, I don't know why I said we did not do this. Someone there loaded up the trailer with the heavy bags, and they decided to put them on the seats, so they had to take less trips. This literally split the golf cart in half as they started to like accelerate. And so now we have no golf cart, and we're stuck having to carry these bags from, it was so funny. I don't know why we were getting mad. It was so funny. So we're having to carry these bags because they're so heavy and the trailer's broken. So we're actually just picking up the trailer with our arms and like walking with it, like I guess how horses carry a carriage. So we actually, we get up early one morning, and because I'm so awesome and can make so much cool stuff, I tell the guy that we're working for, who's also an entrepreneur engineer guy, but I guess I'm just like cooler. Oh my gosh, I keep messing these up. I tell him, I think I can fix the golf cart. This thing is literally in two pieces. The only thing that's intact is like the wire connections. So I grab, there's like, it's a construction site, so there's all this wood there. I literally create a drive, what's it called? A chassis. I rebuild a chassis out of plywood. And somehow it works because I'm awesome and I know how to work on stuff because I'm cool. I'm just pretty much the best person that ever engineered ever. So, I put the cart back together. I'm telling you, it's actually better than before because the trailer hitch is a lot higher and we had this problem where the trailer hitch would keep dragging on the ground. Just cool like that. And now there's a trailer out there on that island that is used to be in two pieces, but now is one big cyborg of metal and wood. And you know what? I would go back because of how fun it is. But I may have moved on from that. By the way, that was this summer. so probably haven't moved on from it. But there's nothing like working outside as therapy. It's so nice. What I'll do is I'll come home and be like, Dad, can I mow the lawn? And be like, why do you want to mow the lawn? And I just want to do it because it's so nice after you do a bunch of difficult, stressful schoolwork. So I end up mowing the lawn, and it's just nice. But I only want to do it for like the first week because I'm not stressed after the first week. Like you calm down after that. What is happening? Am I being stupid? Please work. Come on. Oh, so the plugging it in and plugging it out works. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I only like mowing the lawn when I come back from school. I don't want to mow it all the time. But at least you get one free lawn mowing out of me, plus the rest of the wood splitting I do. Oh, cool thing is, we actually heat our house with wood. And the reason we do that is because we have this giant wood stove, and we got a lot of wood where we live. So every summer we cut down trees and for our neighbors and for us, and we use that wood to heat the house. And we do still have a heating system, but we really don't use it that much because of how good the wood stove heats the house. And we have this big center column in our house made of bricks, and that retains the heat from the wood stove. It keeps the house really warm. It's also super cozy. I feel like a country boy. I'm really not. And we got all these farms around us too. So there's like horses down the street that I take care of occasionally. By take care of them, I mean like scoop their poop and give them hay. Well, I guess what else do you have to do to a horse to take care of it? I don't want to ride one though. I'm kind of scared of getting thrown off a horse. So I don't ride them. Do you guys want more stories? I can keep telling stories. You should text and chat, because I haven't seen a text and chat, and I like seeing text and chat. I could finally say, hey chat. Hey chat. Sometimes I think I might be insane. I don't see any comments, so maybe there's no one there. Just like do a random letter or something to let me know I'm not actually going insane. I probably am going actually insane. By the way, where I am is my basement, and it's like literally maybe 50 degrees down here. It is so cold. I don't think anyone's here. We're about to hit an hour of streaming. An hour of me yapping. No text in chat, I see. I see how it is. You guys just want free stories. That's not how this works. I need your response. Seven of you know. Nice. Whenever I see streams, I see those people that do the scratch tickets. And I gotta at least finish at least one scratch ticket in the stream, because it feels like you bought it. But not really. I don't really get why people would spend money on a streamer. Like, I guess if you want attention from them, that's what it is. If you really want to hear your name called out. But I just don't think, at least I would never do that. Like, it sounds kind of crazy to me. It's so cold down here. Can I see who's in the stream? No, I can't. If you guys want a tour of my lab, I'll give you one. Just gotta ask for it. 'Cause I don't want to do it if nobody wants it. That's how you start a successful business. You don't want to do something nobody wants. If you do, it's honestly kind of stupid. You should always validate your product before you start making it or selling it. The way I validated this was through social media and through people I asked. Also through investors. You in the middle. Nice. Guys, the stack is stacking up. We got a lot of screens done. You know what that means? A lot of people are going to be happy once they get their product. That's so cool that I can actually make a product that makes people happy. Like, it's so rare that in your job you see the immediate effect of something you create. That's why I love doing this. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to give this to people and hopefully makes their life at least just 1% better. If I can make someone's life 1% better, that's a success for me. And it's a success for them. It's all about spreading love and a connection. I would totally be a hippie in those hippie times. We finished this box. Look, it says something at the bottom. Q60. And we got this box full of screens done. Getting high off solder fumes. And then I got this many left. This looks like a Ritz cracker roll. Oh, I haven't made a video about this, but I'm totally gonna make a video about this. Look at this, I just got custom packaging in. Does that look sick? A small device with big feelings. Connection awaits. It's sick. I wish this side came out better, but that's okay. Shows where it's from. Because you have to have some sort of origin on your device. And this was my way of showing origin. But yeah, this thing is sick. I have a bunch of them upstairs. Okay, we're going back in the tripod. Don't cry about it. Never done a giveaway on my channel, but I might do a giveaway for I'm just joking. But if anyone actually wants this, it's all the pin connectors I don't need. So I need something to do with them. What else do you use those 8-pin connectors for? I guess anything that is SPI because it's 8 pins. I'll be right back. I swear, if I come back and there's more of you guys after I come back, I'm pissed. You guys actually stayed. I don't even know if these are real people because you guys aren't texting in chat. But I'll assume you're real. Oh my god. Come on. You ever watch those guys do Pokemon cards? That's what this feels like. But it's the exact same Pokemon card every single time. Like, what do you think this one will be? Oh! It's a TFT screen. That was a good pull. You know, I actually need a lot of TFT screens. I hope the next one is also a TFT screen. Oh, no way! Got another one. You in the middle. Huh. I can put a product on my live stream? Wait, can I? Wait, I can put a sticker? Let's do a poll. Give me a second, I gotta think of what to poll. I got a good one. Wait, I can't change. Oh, okay. Where's the emojis? There we go. Hurrah! I have to scroll through them again for the other option. Okay. Let's see if you guys answer this. Let's make it this small. That's how I test if you guys are actually watching. Do you guys like pickles? I'm such a fiend. A pickle fiend. Especially when they're like those spicy spicy ones. The bread and butter ones are trash. Those ones shouldn't even exist. I hate bread and butter pickles. I'm pretty sure I'm talking to myself. Did I just put a bunch of empty bags in here? What is this? Okay. Let's open more. I kind of wish they didn't give me these bags, because then I wouldn't have to take all of them apart. Also, there's a bunch of waste. Like, I don't want a bunch of plastic bags. It's harming the environment. You know, some people don't believe in global warming. That's crazy to me. Like, if it's caused as much by CO2 we reduce or not, I don't know. Because the Earth does go through natural phases of temperature change. But it's undeniable that the Earth does warm. I do believe that it's from natural gas, or not natural gas, what is it? Carbon dioxide. Oh, so many bags. If anyone needs a bag, go buy one. Actually, buy the screen, because then you get a free bag with it. Or buy a bag, get a free screen. Nobody's voting on my pickle poll. You guys not like pickles? You're not like answering. I'll remove it. No more pickle poll. Say goodbye to it. Oh my gosh, did I put the... Oh, it says poll complete. I thought I had to put it in the chat the whole time. Turn back the time. I gotta say, my favorite artist is probably The Weeknd. I went to his concert. Oh no, is this one stuck in here? How does that even happen? I went to his concert a few months ago. Made me only listen to Weeknd for the next few months. He's goated. Okay, it's 11:34. Pim. Would that call for a break? Probably. Keep doing this. Oh my gosh, that was way too many. Was it? I don't really care. I'm just gonna put them over there. I love this leather mat I got. I found it at Target. I feel like a bougie... Holy shit. I feel like a bougie mechatronics engineer. I think I'm getting high off the solder fumes, even though I'm not soldering anymore. It's alright. Even though this thing's blue, it's lead-free solder. I replaced it with lead-free solder, if any of you were concerned. I hate lead-free solder because it doesn't flow as well. But since this is a CE compliant part, it must use lead-free solder. Did you guys ever start a business? I don't even know if I started a business. I'd say if you guys had a YouTube channel where you post stuff, that would count as starting a business. Because you're making content, which is the product. What am I building? I'm building, so, a bunch of these screens I'm soldering. So the complete ones. The reason I'm building it, let's test one real quick. Come on. The reason I'm building this is so it can display. Hopefully I soldered this one correctly. Looks like I didn't. Whatever. I will show you what it is. So, here is my device. I call it Love Letter. Previously in the stream, I accidentally lit this on fire with the soldering iron. So that's why it's melted. But it's supposed to look like a normal flag that it doesn't look like this. And what it is, this is a personal desktop display messenger. So if we plug this in, you can see, boom, there's the port. Oh shit, there's the logo and Founders Edition thing. What will happen is the flag will raise when you get a new message that someone sends you. And the reason it said I sent a message is because I just powered it on, so it retrieves the last recent message. But it'll play this little animation, and on the inside will be a message. This isn't really like a meaningful message because I was just testing it with an image. But usually what you'll send is like a picture of you and your loved ones, or an event, or just something that's cute with a little message on it that's like, oh, I love you. And it's really just like a thoughtful, heartfelt gift type of thing. And it found a lot of popularity on Reddit. So I actually started selling these, and I had a crowdfunding campaign, and that's how I made sales to actually afford all these screens that I'm soldering over here. So the reason I'm soldering them at 11:38 at night is because I have like 90 units to build by, 90 units to build by Sunday night, and then I'm gonna ship them Monday. So yeah, that's my product. I still need to work on the pitch, but hopefully I get this in retail soon. I actually have a custom box for it if you. It's like super cool. But yeah, let me check your comments because you messaged something. What are you building? You know that now. Well, then I just started a business. Lol. Just put up my interview with Hector at Fabrico. I don't think I get the reference. Oh, bro, because I said YouTube videos. Yeah. Well, YouTube videos is a business. It's entrepreneurial. So think of yourself as an entrepreneur. Would you call Grubhub drivers, though, or Uber Eats drivers entrepreneurial? Because they are doing their own thing, but they're working for another company. But then a content creator is working for another company. I'd call them self-employed. But content creators, I'd say more entrepreneurial because you have more creative freedom. Thank you for saying that's cool, because it is pretty freaking cool. I like to think so. I guess other people do think so too. So what process I'm at right now is building, and what's happening in the background, I guess not really the background, because I actually need to check that. I did some submissions to the App Store, the iOS Store, and the Google Play Store. And the goal is that these are going to be shipped in the mail, and while they're getting shipped in the mail, hopefully the app becomes available on the App Store. Hopefully is the real thing. It's kind of crazy to... There it is. So this screen works. Yes, YouTube. Bro, keep at it. Like, you can really do anything. There's lots of connections when it comes to posting content online. You'll get sponsors literally no matter what point. And it's like a business. Invest a few months, and then that can be your life. And why not live life like that? Or you could take the way I did and just post informational stuff and have a business on the side. My whole reason for starting this channel was to educate people, and I want to keep it like that. But while also selling my products, because I also gotta make money and live. My wife is loving this. I'm glad your wife is loving this, because this product is for husband and wives, I guess. That was mostly of the demographic of people that order my product, because I surveyed them. And it wasn't people that were long distance, because that's why I originally made this for my long distance girlfriend. And I was thinking, well, I bet a lot of long distance people are going to buy this. So, that's what I was expecting, long distance people. But it wasn't. It was people that live with each other and families that also live with each other. So now that I know that, I can adjust my marketing campaign to target those. I'm sure it would still be popular with long-distance couples, but it really tells me something if the people that are buying it are people that are already living in a house together. Okay, let's see what you're messaged after I place this last screen in. Facts, remember to brush your teeth. Okay, let's see what you said. Yes, YouTube. I assume that was just the answer to what I was asking. 2 weeks into 3 sonnets. Phew, sonnets. Isn't that like a music thing where you're like singing? Like you sing a sonnet or something? And then, sponsorship. 2 weeks into it, 3. Maybe I'm just like stupid. Sponsorship into it. And 50 subs already. I can't really understand what you typed. I'll make my best assumption though. I have to memorize a Shakespeare sonnet for English class. For real. I don't know why they have you do that stuff. Like I hated, you know what the worst was in poetry? Just pissed me off. Like some of it's good, but then they have you like remember stuff, and then they have you come up in front of the class and be like read the poetry. Like I get it's for the confidence of people, but poetry just not my thing. Exactly, it's terrible. You know what the worst is? Oh my gosh, I got a story for you. CS is a better class. 3 sponsors and at 50 subscribers. Solid. Like, they'll come. Here's my story about, I guess, English class, sort of. So it was during COVID time, and I was in high school. And, like, everyone is on Zoom doing this, like, reading. And they're, like, calling on people to read. And I was like, it was my turn to read. So I did my reading on the Zoom call. And I'm also on a FaceTime call with my friend, but I like muted it and he muted himself while I was doing this speaking, and we're in the same class. So what happens is I forget to mute my mic after I read the section, and I guess should I quote myself with the swears? I don't really know. I'm just like, why the heck are we even reading this? And she goes, the teacher goes, who just said that? And I immediately mute my mic because I'm like, oh my God, I didn't mute my mic. And she's like, who just said that? And then I guess on Zoom it tells you like who the most recent person that spoke. And she's like, Owen, I know it was you. And then she proceeds to grill me in front of the entire class on why it's so important to read this play thing that we're reading. And it was just so funny. In the after. During it, I was like so red, like a tomato. This one works? Okay. I think I'm gonna end the live stream. Getting tired. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Okay, I'm back.
Stuff I wanna get organized.
Wife wants to know where I get a set. A set of love letter, I'm assuming. I'll put it in the chat for you. But the web URL is www.lovelettertech.com. Let me put it in the chat. I think I just uploaded a short. Bro, how do I even put a chat? Can I type in the chat? Let's see. Chat filter? No, I don't want chat filter. I actually do not know how to type in the chat. I want to send you the link, but I don't think I can. I should be able to type in the chat because I'm like the owner. Let me write it down for you, unless you already got it. Here's the address for the URL for this product. So feel free to check it out. If you guys do order though, you're gonna get a special edition because it's so early. It's like that I knew you before you were famous bonus edition. I'm not gonna tell you what it comes with because that would ruin the surprise. How's this one working? Wife wants to know where to get a set. There's the link.
be some really fine wire. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see what else. So this is what you're gonna be doing all weekend?
You guys like the closer view? I can zoom back. I just thought it'd be cool to see the soldering from closer up. So this is flux. I dip the pins in flux. I don't know if it's actually necessary. Well, it's definitely not necessary, but I noticed the solder sticks to the pins better, which makes sense. That's the point of flux. But I've never seen anyone use it like this, where they dip the pins in and then solder to it. So that's kind of cool. Hope I can order 1,000 of these so I don't have to solder. So the term MOQ is minimum order quantity. Once I hit my MOQ, I don't have to solder these manually. I can pay someone to do it for me. Well, I guess I could already pay someone to do it for me, but it's a lot cheaper if I hit this MOQ, because they have a machine that does it. And by they, I mean the supplier that I buy these screens from. But likely I will end up switching out this PCB mounted screen for just a screen with a flex cable. The reason I do that is because it's cheaper, because I don't have to have this PCB part sticking onto it. Hard part though is that I have to transfer the logic from here onto the board. And I haven't done something like that before, but I'll learn, like how I learn everything. Okay, this is the last screen I'm gonna do, and then I'm ending the stream. No. I gotta do something on my computer.
So tomorrow, sleep as late as you want. I'm get up about 9 o'clock maybe. And then I'm gonna do this. Just what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Till about 11. And then
Are you working till 11 tomorrow?
we're not working at all.
Oh, okay.
We got Saturday, Sunday. And then we'll be thing I'm gonna go do is probably go to Dunkin' Donuts.
I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts with you.
So what about tomorrow? Are you gonna be home for dinner? You definitely should be home Sunday night. If you wanna go out tomorrow night,
I think I'm just gonna stay here building these.
yeah, that's a good idea. Spend some time upstairs. The pool game's been really good. They've been beating everybody. Grumpy, Charles. They've been beating him a lot. They're really getting into this here. There is a guy down there that's been beating him a lot. He's a really good. Get lucky if you can. It's really lucky. It's just good. Luck is part of the game. But we're at the point now where everybody once in a while, which is where I want to be. We played 9-ball today with this other guy down at the Franco. Yesterday and today. The Elks is not that much fun. The Elks is kind of a weird organization.
What makes it weird?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. It's not like the ICC. The ICC was like the Sopranos a little bit. You know, everybody thought they were the Sopranos. I thought it was pretty good, but the Elks is not like that at all. I don't really know what it is. I don't know if they're fully religious or there's definitely something going on there. Quite aware of. So the ICC was a rough place. You don't want it. And I think it's just great. The Elks does not have any bad people. And all the pool players are from the ICC. And they don't like the big kids.
Okay, guys. I'm closing the stream. Probably do another one of these soon, where I'll be making boxes that look like this. Just be a bunch of box folding. And then I guess the last one will be me assembling these, which will be probably more entertaining than what I'm doing right now. But thanks for watching, and peace out.